Previously on Alonso's way. So we're revving up to 5 red lights here at Mexico. It's lights out and away we go. We got a pretty decent start as per usual. However, Mercedes always get a better start. The 2 Mercedes actually blinding past us. And this is going to be an interesting first turn, as I think Raikkonen and Bottas are actually next to us. You can't see him, they're off shot, but there's Raikkonen, I think. Squeeze his way up the inside of Rosberg. However, obviously we're going to have to drop back. We've still got Bottas on our right hand side. It's like glance to the right hand side in a minute. As you can see, he's right there. See, we're going to go to the right. I'm going to go down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen, who's in his Ferrari. He goes wide, gives us the space. I think, can you hear it? I can hear something. It's on its way. It's a big roar. Fernando Alonso is going to win the Mexican Grand Prix. And with it, his 3rd World Championship title. Oh, what a drive from Fernando. And now, in the glory of it all, he can celebrate with whatever he wants to do. That involves doing donuts, just like Lewis Hamilton in 2014. Fernando Alonso is a 3-time world champion.
Hello and good morning. It's 10 o'clock here local time in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where the rain is currently falling. The teams are getting ready for today's practice session, but in this weather, I suspect many of them will be taking their time before they get out on track. We can expect to see a fascinating race here this weekend in Brazil. It always brings out the competitive spirit in the drivers, and they seem to push even harder than they do at other circuits.
The circuit has always provided some exciting races, including Vettel's 2012 championship-winning drive, despite getting hit after turn 4 on the first lap. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this weekend will bring.
Turns 1, 2 and 3 that form the Senna S are a series of tight left, right, left turns that really are an extremely difficult sequence of corners to master. The first turn runs downhill left-handed and provides massive understeer. It's then followed by a fast right-left combination through the Curva do Sol and onto the Reta Oposta straight.
Added in 1990, when F1 racing returned to Interlagos, it is fitting that one of the best corners on the F1 calendar takes its name from one of the sport's greatest drivers, Ayrton Senna. Get this section wrong and you'll leave yourself open for the overtake on the approach to turn 4.
Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Alonso's Way. This is episode 18 to the penultimate round of the 2015 season, and we're at Sao Paulo, Brazil at the I can't pronounce the bloody name of the circuit, but we're at the Brazilian Grand Prix circuit. I think it's Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace circuit. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I know David Croft probably pronounced it better than me. Still, he's a full-time commentator. I am not. But still, yeah. After last race's ordeal, where Fernando Alonso did actually manage to win the championship, we've come to Brazil, obviously, and we're in, as you can see from the onboard screen now. In practice, it's a boggy Brazil, so not the greatest weather conditions. However, obviously this is a high downforce track. However, you do need some speed down the straight, because otherwise you'll be a sitting duck, which is something unfortunately we do not have. Luckily the straight's not long, but it's definitely long enough to, you know, for people to overtake, especially like the Ferraris and the Mercedes. So I'm not saying today's race will be easy, but we can give it our damn best try to try and win it. Now currently, as it stands, I think we're on an 8 race winning streak, so if we win this it's a 9 race winning streak. Like I said, that's the race. We haven't actually done qualifying yet either, but yeah, practice went reasonably well. I was actually surprised at how good I was in the you know, the light rain conditions. As we come across the line now, and it's a 1:19.358, and then later on that session we actually go a lot quicker and do a 1:18.0090. So that's pretty good for light rain. Actually beat Hamilton as well. Hamilton's time, and we actually came first in that practice session. That's been all from that. Now it's on for the qualifying.
So it's time for qualifying here at Interlagos, the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace. The teams have completed their preparations and are just waiting for the pit lane to open before they take to the track. Well, Red Bull have done well here in the past, but this year they'll definitely have competition for that top spot. No team has it all their own way forever.
The high-speed nature of this track suits the cars with the best aerodynamic behaviour, which is why Red Bull have had such success here in recent years. They won't have it all their own way today, though. I expect a real battle for the front row.
Right, so qualifying time for the Brazilian Grand Prix here at the Brazilian Grand Prix circuit. I'm going to keep saying that just for as long as it needs to. And going to first corner, we've immediately locked up our brakes, which is unfortunate. However, I think we can easily say we've got that corner there a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Opening the DRS flap again just to get the speed down there, and as you can see, there's actually Mercedes, I think, behind, and going into this braking zone, you can see we actually go a bit slower than we should do. I thought we should have took a bit more speed. After that, I was actually thinking, no, we should have took a bit more speed. That would have kept us close to Hamilton, but I noticed the AI slow down excessively here, so that allows us to catch back up again, weirdly enough. And also around this sector here, this corner here, you slow down like a ridiculous amount. As you can see, the proximity hour is completely near enough to draw away, near enough to turn invisible. So that's how that just proves it. And coming around at the end of sector 2, currently I think we're still in the lead. Yet it's purple sector, so we've done purple sector 1, purple sector 2, and now is the hard part, which is the full straight line on. Which, as you remember, this game doesn't have curves like 2013 did, so you can't just use all that. You've still got to use the DRS. So you're opening DRS again. Across the line, the lap time is 1:13.287, and Alonso, despite what it says in the top left, it says that Alonso finished 20th. In actual fact, he finished pole, so he seems happy with it, always seems to be. But now hand you back over to the commentators.
What a wonderful performance then from Fernando Alonso, who put in the fastest lap time of the qualifying session to be on pole for tomorrow's race.
Well, I think he's going to be difficult to beat from pole. And if he can hold off any challenges in the first few laps, he'll create a gap and be off into the distance.
Right, so that's it, that's the end of qualifying. As you can see, Alonso stuck his McLaren-Honda on pole, followed by the 2 Mercs, the 2 Ferraris, and then the 2 Williams, so 2x2 formation in terms of the teams there. Then we've got Daniel Ricciardo 8th, Grosjean 9th, Nasser 10th in his Sauber, Verstappen 11th in his Toro, so Force India of Hulkenberg in 12th, Button 13th, which is good. Kvyat 14th, Seitz 15th, Aldano 16th, Perez 17th, Ericsson 18th, and of course the 2 Manon rushes at the bottom, with Roberto Merhi being 6.5 seconds off the pace. But that's all from qualifying. Will this transfer into race pace for tomorrow? We'll just have to wait and see, and I'll let you guys hear the commentators set out the race.
Welcome to Sao Paulo, which has been host to Formula One races since 1973. Sit back and relax for what's going to be a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix. After taking pole position yesterday, Fernando Alonso was in a confident mood when he was talking about a race victory. He said that as long as the car performs like it has all weekend, and if he manages his tyres well, he fancies his chance of adding another win to his already impressive record.
He'll want to end this weekend on a high after yesterday's fantastic performance, but he's going to have a lot of competition. I doubt he'll be expecting an easy race, especially considering the teams around him.
Daniel Kvyat will hope that the DRS problems that he suffered earlier in the weekend are now behind him. Otherwise, it could be a very long Grand Prix for him today.
There was a scary point when it came open just before turn 6, and Daniel was lucky to catch the car, or he could have been a passenger heading towards the barriers. The team have said they've since resolved the issue, so hopefully he'll be fine today.
Okay, so it's race day here at Brazil, and as per usual, we're going to load the setup for the track. So there you go, that's the setup loaded. And the race strategy looks like we'll be using options. Like I said, if you start from pole, you don't get to choose your tyres. However, if you start from behind, then you do get to choose whatever tyres you want to be on, I found out. And I'll hand you to the start of the race. So revving up to 5 red lights here at Brazil. It's 5 lights out, and away we go. And immediately Hamilton on the left hand side immediately gets a better start. I think he has the cleaner side of the track compared to what we have. And we nearly actually ran up the gearbox. in the first corner. Thankfully we don't. But it's a bit of a scrabble behind. We've got Rosberg. I believe it's more the Ferrari scrabbling behind. And Rosberg immediately just shows you how much was sitting up behind the straight line. Rosberg goes round that inside. Manages to overtake us. Bonkers really. But there you go. It just goes to prove it. As per usual, I'll show you the first full lap. So that you know obviously you can see what's going on. That's what I always do anyway. But we go back up inside of Rosberg, take second place. But I think carrying on from that, obviously Hamilton, you can immediately tell Hamilton's pulling away here. And believe it or not, this whole race, he could not stop pulling away. And when I mean that, I mean I didn't have the pace to catch him at all. So what you see of Hamilton now is the last you'll see of him, because he literally just goes off and goes into the distance. You don't see him again for the rest of the race, honestly. Trust me on this one. But you can see already that the pack's already starting to separate. Hamilton at 117.9, we did a 190.3, so that already shows you the pace he already has. But coming on to lap 3 though, and as you can see from the standings, Vettel's now in third. Don't forget Vettel and Rosberg fight for second in the championship on the stand. They tried to get the cut back on him, unfortunately that wasn't the case. But we're actually going to stay on board with Alonso here because, like I said in qualifying, we were particularly slow around this set of corners in particular, but also the next set of corners. But I accidentally hit the back of Vettel's car and I thought I had damaged the car. At the point that checking the damage. But we go round his outside and get back up in second place. Come on to lap 5. This happened quite a bit, like I said, we were sitting up with the lack of straight line speed. And you can tell Vettel just flies past yet again. And yet again, we'll move on a bit. We'll go back up his inside. I think this is with like turn 10? I'm not sure. Turn 11 actually. I'm not sure, but it's the complex of corners in there. And at this point, on lap 7, he's actually got past us. And Rosberg, it kept going basically with Vettel past us, and Rosberg actually gets past us. And on lap 7 I thought, right, enough's enough, I'm not staying out on the inside because I'm pretty damn slow in the straight line. So I decided to come to the pits for my one and only pit stop. I just wanted to go white wall prime tyres. So hopefully we don't get messed up. And actually, I'll point something out already. Pretty decent pit stop from the guys, but that's not what I want to say. Obviously we're dropping down the order now, 13.1, not going to drop in one position. We might do to Ericsson and others behind them. But I always be super cautious through this pit lane because online we did a test race here and it didn't exactly go to plan whenever I put my foot down coming out of it, so I had to be a bit cautious because otherwise you can take part your front wing off and that's not great, as everybody knows. On lap 8, after that lap we came out, we managed to overtake Danny Kvyat, which is pretty good in my opinion. And I actually went super slow, and obviously his tyres are proper warm. We go up into 13th place, and Vettel's actually been stuck. He's already pitted. He's been stuck behind Maldonado inside, so we managed to get a jump on him. As you can tell, it's P8. That's because a few guys pitted in the lap before. And we're going to go down inside of Maldonado there and take 7th place. We're running a little bit wide on the grass, but that's nothing to worry about. Moving on to lap 10, this is when one of the Mercedes is pit. I think Hamilton's already pit, or Rosberg and Hamilton are already pit on the same lap, but we go up the inside of Rosberg to take 2nd place. A bit of an aggressive overtake, but and that's about it for the race. As we come around the last few corners, we're going to take 2nd place here at the Brazilian Grand Prix.
He might not have finished the race in first today, but Fernando Alonso will definitely be the happiest driver on the grid because he is now the new world champion.
Fernando has won the title in style, and I don't think anyone on the grid would dispute that he really deserved it this year.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
And there you go, there are the race results. Lewis Hamilton wins, gets the full 25 points. We managed to fend off Rosberg. As you can see, the gap was only 6 tenths of a second. We finished second, Rosberg actually third, Vettel fourth, which means that going into Abu Dhabi, Rosberg leads ahead of Vettel, obviously for second place. Raikkonen fifth, Bottas sixth. Ricardo finished ahead of Massa. I think, yeah, they started 7th and 8th, but the other way around, obviously, hence the reason why the hours were up and down. Verstappen finished 9th, Button came 10th, so I don't know how many times we've had double points finish this season, but there's another one, to add to the tally. Danny Kvyat 11th, Carlos Sainz 12th, both Lotuses and both Saubers finished side by side with each other. Then it was Will Stevens in his manner, 17th, followed by Sergio Perez in his Force India. That was a big surprise. Then it's Roberto Merhi on lap 19 who got lapped in P19 and got lapped, and Hulkenberg retired, so a bit like he did in the Singapore Grand Prix as of late. But fortunately there wasn't that many incidents, you know, with everybody, which was good. A bit like Mexico, I think. There wasn't any incidents. As you can see, Merhi and Stevens collided on lap 2 with each other, and that was it. Those were the only things of the season. But moving on to driver standings, and this is where the game actually cut off. The gameplay cut off. So now all I've got to talk about is the images. So as you can see, for the images, we've got ourselves in first, Rosberg second, 3 points ahead of Vettel, Hamilton third, fourth, Raikkonen fifth, Bottas sixth, Massa seventh, Ricardo eighth, Grosjean ninth, Verstappen 10th. Button's tied with Hulkenberg now on points, and Danny Kvyat 13th. I'm not going to show the rest because I haven't scrolled down. But as you can see, Rosberg's only 3 points ahead, and there's a good chance that Hamilton and Raikkonen could spice things up only if Rosberg and Vettel retire. So that's not, you know, that's in that sort of interest. But I mean, we're standing in 85 points clear, so we've nothing really to worry about in terms of how many points we've done. But as for constructors, Mercedes actually moved themselves ahead of Ferrari. So yeah, Ferrari's been ahead all season, and now Mercedes have moved ahead. We're still third, Williams are fourth, Red Bull's fifth, Lotus is sixth, Toro Rosso's seventh, Force India 8th, yet to score any more points, Sauber 9th, yet to score any more points, and finally Man and Russia in 10th, which have yet to score any points, will probably never score points. But anyways, that's been it. I'll see you guys in Abu Dhabi for the final episode of this series, and obviously testing will be coming up after that. So I hope to see you guys then. Until then, I've been Viper Racing, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ta-ra!